We're going to be looking at drop tables, but first let's look at giving names to constraints. So for giving names to constraints, if we have a create table and our table name is employee, we have these things right here. So like we have our SSN char 9, we have a constraint right here, and we can name it whatever we want. We have a primary key SSN, so that's what we're calling our SSN, we're making it a primary key. We have our constraint right here, and it's also just another name. And then we have our foreign key referencing to our primary key. And then our on delete, we're going to set the default, and then on update, we're going to cascade. So that's just it for naming our constraints. We can name it whatever we want. Now, for our drop table, removing a relation base table and its definition is what we're doing here. The relation can no longer be used in queries, updates, or any other commands. So if we drop something, that's it. We're not going to be able to get it back. We're not using it again. For an example here, we're going to use this. So let's just say we use the command drop table dependents. We have our employee, and then let's just say we have attributes inside of here, like SSN. Inside of our dependent, we just have our ESSN, and this is a foreign key referring to our primary key, which is the SSN. Now, if we want to drop from our table the dependent, this is okay. Since nothing relates to the dependents, it can be dropped no problem. Now, what if we do drop table employee? Well, since dependent is still referred to it, it will reject it because we cannot do downward dependency. If we want to do this, what we're going to have to do is first drop dependent and then drop our employee. We should create first, so employee, dependent, whatever else we have, and then drop last. So whatever else we have, dependent and employee. That's how that would work. We have drop table dependent restrict and drop table dependent cascade. So for cascade, all constraints, so like foreign key definitions and other relations, when we go downward, and views referencing the table are dropped automatically from our schema. Now we may want to avoid using this drop in our drop tables as they can have different syntaxes, and we should just be aware of that. Another thing we could do is restrict. So a table is dropped only if it is not referred to in any other constraints. This is the same thing as not including it though, so we could just have this right here without having the restrict part inside of here. So that's it for our drop table and just looking over the giving name to constraint. Next we're going to look at alter table, drop columns, queries, and a few more, and those are all found just with our previous notes in the playlist below the like button.